it's going to be. You could have the rollers in random spots. You could have random little dogs everywhere. It can be anything. It's just you can even have random items show up in spots. On top of that, we've got Triforce, which breaks up the Triforce into 30 different pieces. You have to find 20 of them to win the game. This is not a kill Ganon seed.
And on top of that, we also are having ourselves a nice little festive seed. This is a special map mode that got brought out for the holiday season.
Is this the festive one? It just looks like it's the different color change palette. That's it.
It looks like the same palette as the festive one. I don't know. It could be. It might not be.
I don't think it is because they're not slip sliding around. Usually, I think the festive.
Oh, that's true. That's right. I forgot about the slip sliding.
So we are started up, and it looks like we got some bombs at Uncle, and bombs on the little crabs pull as well.
And our first Dorito, nice. Our first Triforce piece right there. That's an interesting one too, because there are a lot of people who will not actually go to escape for a really long time.
Yeah, I can understand that play, because if you don't have a weapon of any kind and you're only using bombs, it's very hard to get through escape. But they're not actually going to escape. They're just checking Uncle, so not too bad. We got a heart piece right there for the tree cave.
So for right now, Aghanim is not required, but we'll have to see. And just some money right now in Lost Woods. We'll see what's in the Forest Thieves hideout.
No items found quite yet.
Oh, now we are. Nice little sword right there. Early on in the seed is always a nice breath of fresh air.
Probably not going to see too much deviation to start here. Most people have a similar run. Some people go south, some people go north. But what kind of trolls are you hoping for today, there, Jordan?
You know, the one I've actually been seeing a lot recently, surprisingly, is the hammer replacement. I've had a few open seeds that have placed the hammer in some really weird locations, like very deep in the logic. So you don't get access to. You have to like hook shot across, or you have to flip her across and whatnot as part of the logic.
Early gloves and an early lantern. Wow, all of that in Thieves' Hideout.
Yeah, and that's I'm not gonna call it right now, but getting an early lamp like that, it does give him Death Mountain access, but that's also you gotta be a little wary of the Aghanim seed when you get a lamp that early.
Yeah, because it still takes 3 items to get into Dark World without Aghanim.
Maybe we'll get one of those famed Moon Pearl on Pyramid seeds.
Yeah, Moon Pearl on Pyramid. Oh, that would be awful.
We got a book in the back of the well, so that's actually interesting. We'll see if anybody goes towards Desert because of that early pickup. And usually people don't route Aghanis Cave until later when they're out of options, but maybe they'll go to it early.
Ooh, valuable bottle vendor. That's one of the first times that paying him the 100 rubies actually pays off.
I wonder if he found that at like a garage sale or a swap meet, and he's just selling it back at a high price.
Right? Yeah, this looks nice and shiny. I think I'll just sell it back.
Also, I'm appreciating the Forest Thief and the Chicken Hut.
Yeah, I was just about to say I always love the Chicken Hut on these Enemizer seeds because you never know what you're going to get in there. The worst one I ever saw was like 4 of the red guards. All of them just chasing after you at the beginning.
Yep, I got destroyed by red guards in there a couple times in that one seed I had played. And also, thank you to Julian Berlin for the $4.99 sub. for 2 months in a row. Much appreciated.
Oh yeah, you didn't just decide to do it once. You decided to come back for the next go round. So you decided to dedicate. And of course, we want to do a quick call out for our trackers because we got Number Play and we got Cyclone doing tracking. They're amazing people. Don't forget to give the runners a follow as well. They're providing your entertainment tonight. And I guess you can do it for us too. We're okay people sometimes.
Yeah, we're all right. So far in Kakariko, we just saw everything that was pretty much in the well. There hasn't been much else so far. We might see a route divergence coming up.
Why did Lavan just talk to the drunk guy sitting at the desk?
He wanted to share his story. That's all, man. He's just having a nice little time in the tavern. He just wanted to make sure everyone in chat understands why he's hanging out there.
Okay, I was gonna say I didn't know if there was something I just didn't know. Maybe he had that insider trade deal, like, yeah, hey, go here and you'll get a Triforce piece. Getting
actually, sorry, and getting 4. Speaking of Triforce pieces, getting 4 this early is actually very interesting. Because on the normal difficulty, it's a lot. These tend to be faster. Although I will say that there was a normal seed that happened. I believe it was last week where they actually had to dip into Ganon's tower to get some of the required pieces in the logic. So we'll have to see if it trolls up like that in this one. But getting 4 this early is always nice.
Yeah, I've learned on Triforce hunts that once you start getting 4 or 5 and you get to that 10-12 mark early, it dies out. Then you start having to look in more awkward spots and they're in less pockets.
Oh man, Xyrak is having a nice little adventure in Dark Escape right now, trying to figure out which one is the one that has the key. Oh, looks like he found it.
That mini Moldorm cave is actually pretty forgiving.
Oh god, there's a Beamos in here. Oh god, there's a Beamos in there. Oh my god, Xyrak, please don't die.
That is so mean.
Oh my god, no, Xyrak. Oh, looks like we found the D in Mini Moldorm cave.
Early bow too.
So as of right now, assuming Armos is in there, Eastern Palace would normally be completable, but we won't know that until somebody goes there. Oh, okay. The bow was in. Looks like the bow was in. Right
there in the.
It was in the dam. Yeah, the dam area.
Yes, in fact, the area that is a dam. Just a little play on words.
Yep, exactly. Oh, is Lavan gonna leave that shield there? Was that a shield that he just left?
Yep, that was a shield that both Mentos and Lavan left. Neither one of them opted to get that shield.
For shame. The disrespect of the shield. Well, let's see what's in Agonist Cave. We do see a bit of a divergence right here between Mentos and Lavan.
Yeah, Mentos going to the back of Sasha's cave and already red mail and a bottle and nothing in Agonist.
Yeah, early red mail is a really nice safety. Most of the top runners won't usually, care if they have blue or green mail, but in these types of seeds with Enemizer, you don't know how much damage they're doing or how much health they have, having red mail is very, very welcome safety.
And I don't know if you noticed, but the first chest in Escape, Dragonmaster got hookshot.
Oh, there it is. Yeah, and Xyrak just gets it as well. So that's really nice. So that actually opens up East Death Mountain currently in the logic.
Yeah, that makes Death Mountain a really good play.
Oh, and that was also Pearl in the Escape as well.
Wow, Escape, the big payoff. Nothing in the back, but like, except for the cape. The cape was in the back of Escape, but Pearl and Hookshot, that's value. Because the map was actually in the back of Escape too, so there's going to be something in this bottom chest here.
Yep, that's correct. Dude, this jellyfish does not want to die. Both the guards have turned into jellyfish. They've sunk it into the deep sea abyss. So it looks like no Dark Mountain play so far.
Yeah, Lava decided to go to East Palace. That's
again not a bad play considering they have Lamp and Bow. So if Armos Knights tends to be vanilla, then they can complete it right now.
And of course, finding that bottle does allow them to go back and get Sick Kid, which they'll probably end up routing in once they get Dark World access.
Yeah, definitely. There's not really any reason for them to go back to Kakariko at this point. There's a lot more other things to check. One minor thing that we didn't note as Lavan was in there is that Desert is indeed boots locked. The compass was in the chest you can get to. So depending on whether that's a crystal or not, we may or may not see the boots.
And we had a map check. I know that Hera and Eastern are both crystals, and I'm pretty sure Eastern is actually Crystal 5. I did not see what Desert was. According to the trackers, Desert was Green Pendant.
Oh, and Mentos got the flutes in Eastern, so we should be seeing Lavan get it pretty shortly here.
He's probably going to go ahead and do that Sick Kid check too while he's here.
Yeah, that's a really good play.
Dragonmaster just getting his bow.
You know, the one thing I'm a little concerned about now, because they got flute, is what I mentioned about the hammer being in a troll location. This definitely puts in the logic for them to get a earlier Tynesmiths, and might bury the hammer down a little deeper.
It really could.
And to update on Triforce pieces so far, we got a couple with 5 and a couple with 6. So fairly hefty amount for not even 15 minutes in. And I'm sure that Death Mountain is going to have some more, just with the density of pickups over there.
Yeah, at this point, I'm surprised we haven't seen a Death Mountain play. There's so much over there, and we have Hookshot, we have the Power Glove, and the Lamp. It just seems like the best play.
The one thing I do want to mention is that if if Zora doesn't provide anything, I believe they're out of places to check after Death Mountain. So they better hope the hammer or the Tynesmiths are there to open up something else.
Did we see what was on the ledge over there by desert? I didn't catch that.
It was just 50 rupees.
Gotcha. Yeah, everybody's pretty much clearing up the same areas that have already been touched on, so we're going to probably see some divergence here in just a moment. Mainly, who's the first one to go to Death Mountain?
Yeah, I'm actually really surprised none of them have, especially the guys with the flute. They didn't go straight to Death Mountain and put off, like, Escape.
Would you have done a boss check on the Eastern Palace? Or would you have done what they did and just kind of back out?
You know, that's a really good question, and it's something that is very unique to Boss Shuffle, part of the Enemizer. Personally, it may seem like a waste of time, but I think in this case, since you know that Eastern is a 5/6 crystal, it would be worth it to maybe go check. Just to know what the requirements are for that part of the dual crystals.
It's kind of what I was thinking. It's one of those things where you could go ahead and check it, get it out of the way, and if it's something you can do, you get maybe Landmolus, something easy to hit, do it. You have bow, there's a lot of bosses you can beat if it gives it to you.
Yeah, definitely. And it does look like Dragon Master is going to make their way up to Death Mountain right now, so we'll get to unlock a few new areas that we haven't seen.
That'll be nice, and I'm curious to know if Xyrak might actually check the boss, because he also has Hookshot, which the other two that went to Eastern Palace didn't. So he's going to have more ability to kill more bosses that it could be.
Yeah, very true. Yeah, if that is a... it would be really slow, but could kill Argus. And you could kill Vitreous as well, if you get enough arrows.
Vitreous would definitely be a rough fight.
And hope everyone was risen for the National Anthem of Hyrule. And the goose is officially loose for Lavan.
The geese have been released.
Correct, since indeed there have been multiple runners in this race that have unlocked that. On Sick Kid with a Triforce piece, man. He snuck into Ganon's chamber over there and got a piece of it. Maybe that's why he's sick. Maybe Ganon put a curse on him because of it.
I think the people of Kakekri are too busy trying to make Ganon mad. Bottle vendor stealing one, Sick Kid stealing one. As a matter of fact, I don't think Mentos went and checked out Sick Kid whenever he went there. I think he skipped that over.
Yeah, that might be true because yeah, he's still at 5 Triforce pieces. I wonder if he forgot he had a bottle and was just wanting to search around.
And that is a Triforce piece that is over in Ice Cave too. A lot of out-of-the-way Triforce pieces right now in very odd position.
Yeah, I definitely agree. And Dragon Master is going to be using the hookshot to get over to East Death Mountain now. Oh, nice little Armos Knights greeting him when he jumps down right there.
Is Lavan doing what I think he's doing?
Wait, is Lavan? No. I guess Lavan didn't do Front of Escape?
No, because he doesn't have hookshot. So yeah, he's going back to get that.
Okay. I thought the same for a second there. I was like, wait a second. Is he making the Aghanim gamble?
That's what I really thought. But we do have Xyrak checking the boss over in Eastern Palace.
Oh, we did get a cane. I'm not exactly sure where that must have been in
I think the cane was the cave on Spectacle Rock.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, he did go all the way in there. So yes, that would make sense.
And I don't know if Cyclone's trying to incite me into doing the amazing antics that are done with, by God, that's Kane!
And a Master Sword. And 3 Triforce pieces. My God, that Paradox Cave.
Like Hype Cave? What is that? Hype Cave is not hype anymore. We've moved it to Death Mountain, folks.
I am getting a little concerned, though. Because after... I mean, they could fake Flipper, but after Spiral Cave and Zora, they don't have anything else that's in the logic to give them mitts or hammer.
That's true. So Aga might end up being this play, and we have Xyrak killing Blind in Eastern Palace up in the top right, getting our first kill and our first crystal.
And apparently, Blind wanted to come to the Light World really badly, but I thought that wouldn't make sense because they get blinded by the light.
Yeah. That wasn't a groan, I swear.
Are you sure?
I think it was, though. I find the puns amazing. Oh, look, we have the the red guy waking up and then running backwards off the screen over there on Lavan's stream.
That was nice. And
I always love the tributes to Michael Jackson.
So I'm trying to think. I just want to make sure I'm not crazy that Zora is like the last thing right now.
As of right now, Zora giving us a progression item is the last thing that I can think of. Because we cannot get to Hera. We can't finish Desert Palace. It's Zora, man, and if Zora doesn't give us progression, we've got to go to Aghanim.
Question is, do you just make the play? Oh, we're getting a fake flipper, looks like, from Xyrak. But would you make the play on Aghanim? Just make the gamble. Oh, we're not getting a fake flipper from Xyrak.
He hasn't done the Mini Maldorn Cave. Interesting.
Gopri, Sick Kid had a Triforce piece. And I believe the only person who still hasn't gone there is Mentos? Or maybe Mentos went there recently.
I don't think Xyrak has been back to activate his flute yet. I think... No, he has, because he fluted over there. Never mind. So he has, but he also checked the Sick Kid. Dragonmaster hasn't been there yet, because Dragonmaster doesn't have the flute, because he's just getting it now.
Alright, so let's see where Xyrak goes. Alright, he's going to Death Mountain. Alright, so he's going to be getting his Master Sword and boatload of Triforce pieces here shortly.
Man, that Lionel in that cave is so rude.
I just have a feeling they're just all going to converge to Aghanim here very shortly. Also, I want to mention, because we did before, that the Cane of Brian was also in there.
Yeah, so everybody who's gone there has gotten the Cane of Brian.
That means Spike Cave will be open whenever they do eventually get Hammer.
That's the one thing that always trolls me. I always forget that Spike Cave needs the hammer. Spiral Cave. We have a check on Spiral Cave right now from Mento.
Spiral Cave was 10 arrows.
Ah.
That was some nice flavor text right there. I didn't like that you slashed him in the face with the sword. He said, "Ouch, you jerk!" Also, update on the Triforce pieces. We're now up to 11, and I believe Lavan has gone every single one that we've seen so far. So they're already halfway there, and we're not even 30 minutes in.
Instead of dancing pickles, we get dancing carrots.
What about pickled carrots?
That sounds disgusting.
You know, they're actually pretty good.
Sure thing, Trojan. I mean, don't get me wrong. I like pickles. I will eat pickles, but usually pickling other things like pickled eggs and stuff like that is kind of where I draw the line. And we have the Agaplay. mentosman is heading there, and wow, the little fire guy in the front took like 4 sword swings.
I guess Aghanim beefed up his security after the last about 1 million times he's died.
Now's the time. I must protect myself.
Oh, this is such a trolly room. Okay, well, thankfully the hookshot makes it a little better, but those little guys from Ice Palace.
I think we got a Houlihan room going on right now. Yep, Lavan's gonna go check Zora.
Yep, so we will see if Aghanim was just a bait, or if Zora was just a bait.
Either way, I have a feeling we will have debated.
Oh, nice. And Lavan is going to go finish his farming at this little rupee cave. If you actually talk to the guy in the randomizer in here, he'll tell you, you think you can just barge in here and break all my pots and steal 50 rupees and then just leave? But it's really long text, and you don't want to actually talk to him.
Yeah, the other guy that gives you like 20 rubies in front of the ice cave, he tells you, "Hey, I've got a friend who's over in desert. Go farm his rupees." I got to give a lot of mad props to the developers of the randomizer, though. They put a lot of interesting flavor text and things like that. If you ever have a chance and you're not speedrunning this, read the signs in Kakekrio. They tell you to stop reading the signs because you should probably be running this faster.
Also, that was a nice little mini Moldarm that was stuck in that little block. He couldn't move. He was trapped.
Welcome to Enemizer.
Oh wow! All right, was not expecting the hovering guard after the hook shot's done. That was nice.
Yeah, that was some awesome flavor right there. It's you, stand there.
He was in deep meditation. He was using the force.
The force stun from the hook shot.
Wait, is Aghanim Link?
Yes, he has a Link head for his sprite.
Oh my god. That's actually incredible.
Another quick update. It looks like we are tied at 11 with Lavan, Xyrak, and Dragonmaster all at 11. And Mentos is missing a few, but he has made the first play into Aga, so he's going for those swag strats. Oh god, the Moldorm on the lake.
Unfortunately, nothing working out at Hobo for Lavan. Well, with one more shot here, it looks like Mentos is going to find out if Aghanim was required. If Pyramid or something over at Pod. Actually, they can get across because they got hookshot.
Yes, they can. So the Dark World play by beating Aghanim is not a bad play. You still have access to everywhere. Now this is... Okay, good. He got through there. Lavan almost got hit while doing fake flipper, and if you do that, you die. Fire Rod?
I think that's a Fire Rod on the Pyramid. That's interesting. I'm not sure what to make of that Fire Rod right there. I mean, it opens up Skull Woods.
Yeah, that's a really crazy spot for them. 300 on that Zora ledge there. Let's see what Zora has. Oh, man. Yeah, I would have done that too. Sitting there doing the Jesus walk and with all these crazy things falling from the sky. No, just go.
And, we're now bringing you an immense amount of lag. Don't adjust your television set.
And we see that the vanilla flippers.
Is this even randomized?
Did I just see Zora with something good?
The problem, though, that doesn't open up anything. They still have to do Aga.
Aga is still required, but that's going to be bad for Mentos.
That's going to be bad for anyone who doesn't go to Zora.
Oh, man, that could be the troll item for everybody but Lavan. That might be... Wow. If Swamp is a crystal, that is going to be nuts. That is going to put so much time if they don't remember that just Zora is an option. And it's so far out of the way.
Yeah, they better hope for their sake that they get 20 pieces by then. The worst thing that any of them could see right now would be an early mirror and no like mitts or hammer. Or no, a hammer
Mentos
they'd have to
mirror.
need, but no mitts.
Mentos did just find the mirror in Skull Woods.
Oh god, well, I just cursed it. I'm sorry, everyone.
Skull Woods has been having a lot, and there's the second item, a Triforce piece. Something tells me that today might be the day of pet seeds. I have a feeling that Pedestal might have something on it.
Interesting, and Mentos not going to the back.
That is interesting, because he hasn't even checked to see what the map is. He hasn't seen anything else on the map. Because he also didn't check and see what the boss was in Eastern Palace. He's banking on finding all the Triforce pieces before having to kill bosses.
Oh, you know what? I wonder if Mentos is going to check Pedestal. Nope, no Pedestal check so far.
He's going to knock out the Village of Outcasts. So that ties him with everybody else, but he's missed a few in the light world. So I think he has found 2 that were immediately available. So as soon as these other players get out of Vaga, they're going to be able to find 12 and 13 pretty quickly.
Yep, exactly. And I would thoroughly expect like half the people to dip pod and half the people to kind of go this direction that Mentos went. Just because they do have the bow, so other than actually getting to the final boss area. Oh, and there's the mitts in the sea house.
That is also nice, but that still gives Lavan a huge. If he goes to the similar routing, which is going to make sense, going Skull Woods or even just going straight to Village of Outcasts. He's going to have a leg up with those flippers because Swamp Palace is going to be a good play.
Yeah, well, right now it's not a good play because you need the hammer to get other than the first chest.
You are right, yes.
But it makes Ice Palace a really great play because you can check most of the stuff except for the last 2 hammer lock chests. So you can check a lot of the chests beforehand. It makes that a decent dip. But they don't know that because they don't have the flippers.
Yeah, only Lavan has the flippers because nobody else had money or went to Zora at all. Oh, those random ducks on the bottom just swimming back and forth.
So also, yes, as Apollo is saying in chat, we now have complete confirmation that Aghanim was required to see the mitts over there in Village of Outcasts. I also appreciate that everyone is pretty much using Swagnet strats except for Xyrak.
Yeah, but Xyrak is poking him in the face every time he stops.
I think Xyrak is very displeased with what has come across in the seed so far.
So we have a check. We've got the red crystal in Mire, Ice Palace, and it looks like on my
Pod's
Pod
dependent.
Okay, pod's dependent. I was gonna say on my screen it got frozen a bit.
You can actually tell it's a pendant because it actually flashes on a different frame than the crystals. You just won't know what color pendant it is, but you'll know it's a pendant.
Gotcha. So Thieves Town and Pod are both pendants because they were flashing on different frames. Got it.
That is indeed correct. And, we're getting the pod check from Dragonmaster right now. I wonder if this will have Vanilla Hammer.
I was going to say, I was not that bad of a play. We have a check on Jeremiah here. How about Xyrak and Lavan both going to Catfish right away without the mirror? But Lavan doesn't need it. Xyrak does.
Yeah, that is actually going to give Mentos a decent advantage when he goes there because Pod is a very lengthy dungeon to not have mirror in. With mirror, it's one of the faster ones out there, but without it, it's kind of brutal.
Yeah, having a death warp in it's just not fun.
Yes, the bosses are also randomized Zol 0. Like in Eastern Palace, which Xyrak has finished, Blind, the boss for Thieves Town, was found in where the Armos Knights would usually be.
While it's not in this seed, there is an option to be able to randomize without bosses doing the same. So you can actually do Enemizer without bosses, but you would also have to do, you have to put that in a separate spot. It's not on the actual Link to the Past randomizer site. But we did just find powder over there on old Stumpy.
So they can actually get to that fetch quest right now because they have the mirror.
And yes, to answer GVS you got, it is 30 pieces total, and you just have to find 20 to win.
And once you find that 20th, it'll just port you directly to the Triforce room in Ganon's tower. Or Ganon's vault, I should say.
I missed what was on Bombos. Was that just nothing?
I missed it as well.
It was just a piece of art. So far, Pod is not paying off.
No, it sure isn't. Really, right now, the overworld has really provided value as far as Triforce pieces. That's a dirty wall master.
I was just about to say the same thing. We got a hype cave check over here on Mentos. Ice Rod.
Well, that was pretty hype. Man, Ice Rod to give him TR access plus a Triforce piece, I'd say that's a good amount of hype.
We still need a medallion. We're missing any kind of access to Meyer or JR. So he's going to go to Hera. That is the next most logical spot. For him, at least.
Yeah, I still think this is a very much a correct line of routing logic right here. Kind of following the breadcrumbs that you've gotten already.
Got a Triforce piece over there in Pod. Oh, well, isn't that pretty?
That is a beautiful palette right there.
Such wonderful green grass.
Bob Ross would be proud of that.
We don't make mistakes, we just have happy accidents.
Oh, Neither Tablet was also just a piece of heart.
Xyrak came in to get that that torch and completely going through it. Shovel fetch quest over in Hera.
All right, we'll get to see who's impersonating Mothula right here. It's a blind!
It's the blind seed. That is a little trolly though, man.
That's awful because the spikes is usually where you would stand in order for you to actually get to them, get to the head.
And of course, the whole time the floor is just moving right. I like it though, just going ahead and pulling out the cape just in case. Very well executed.
So as of right now, Xyrak is ahead in crystals. But even in Triforce pieces right now. And that's what really matters in this mode.
I feel like he's aiming that GT is going to have those final Triforce pieces. We have so many in. We're already in double digits. We have 13, 12, 14 on Mentos, and we've got 12 on Dragonmaster. Or am I misreading Mentos?
And Ped hype is dead. Ped is just some couch cash. Unfortunate. Even though it was seeming very unlikely that that was going to be a thing.
Yeah, pet hype and Triforce hunt is not exactly all too common, because even if it's a Triforce piece, not entirely necessary. What are you doing, Mentos? You have hookshot.
The guard is blocking him. So I think it was actually better to bomb jump in that case.
I can see it. I guess my thought was just stun him, step to the left, and go past.
Oh, we got Land Molus in Tower of Hera.
Oh my lord, that is that is so trolly.
Oh no.
How are you gonna get
no.
What is this?
And Mentos just looks extremely confused right now.
I would be so lost. He got both items though. He got the shovel and he's already got a Triforce piece. It's gonna really hurt if you have to go into Ganon's tower, but wow. I didn't even it was Armos in blind.
Oh, they did the big swap in this seed. And it looks like there was one Triforce piece in Thieves Town.
So that does help. It's looking like we may not have to do that Ganon's Tower dive.
Yeah, probably not. We also are going to be getting a nice, beautiful green pasture check of Dark World from Mentos over here, and my check with the medallion of Churro is, even though he doesn't have a medallion yet.
Always good knowledge, but I have to admit, this is one of my favorite looking palettes in Dark World. That Dark World Death Mountain that's gorgeous, man.
I have to agree with that.
What do we got in Super Bunny Cave? Is that Hammer? I think that was Hammer.
Oh boy, it's hammer time! You know what that means? Swamp Palace is technically in the logic now.
Oh, I was just thinking bad puns. But yes, Swamp Palace is definitely in the logic now. Not for Mentos, though, because Mentos has to go to Zora.
Yeah, unfortunately, the logic as far as Mentos is concerned is not going very swimmingly.
Dragonmaster getting grabbed by that hand, but not too big of a deal because he can just take a left over here and go to the other key door. Or he's just going to go back to that same room.
So there was nothing, it looks like there was not really much in Hookshot Cave. But the damage is done, got the hammer, good to go. Now gonna make the dip into pod.
Yeah, he's gonna have to do he's gonna be able to get a little bit more than pod, because I don't think we did a pod full clear, did we? No, we did. They just had to go around the long way. They just didn't have a hammer to do that. So he could full clear and go all the way to where Helmasaur King would be.
And I think that would be the proper play, because the only thing that would not be good for Mentos right now would be Trinex.
Even Trinex, I mean, he could do it. He's got everything to do it, just a Master Sword.
Yeah, it's not that it couldn't do it, it's just to be kind of a pain.
Yeah, early Trinex is always hard anyway. I think Xyrak's going upstairs because he needs to check this chest, mainly just to make sure he gets that. But he did bomb the hole, probably not realizing you don't have to do that.
Yeah, unfortunately, you still have to go up there to check the chest to see if it's an item. You don't want to skip that, even though that room, vanilla-wise, is not required. Or it may not be required. Or actually, no, it isn't required, because Maiden's not there.
Yeah, Maiden is not there in Enemizer because our boss Enemizer, because there's no way to put that into the programming. It's just giving you a random boss, even if it is going to be vanilla blind. You just don't have to deliver it. Mainly because we're doing Triforce, it's not as important to go mode Thieves Town, but in regular Enemizer with no Triforce or any other kind of logic changes, you can just go straight to the boss. You could do a really fast go mode of Thieves Town.
We didn't mention it right when it happened, but unfortunately, Dragon Master got wall mastered.
Oh man, just before he was getting into the hole, he dodged a wall master pretty good earlier. He threw a pot right as it was coming down.
The worst right there is when you're actually starting to fall down the hole to get to where Mothfield is, and the Wallmaster grabs you on like the last few pixels, or last few frames, I should say.
That has happened to me twice, and he takes a death to blind. That room is so trolly with blind. I didn't see. Oh, it was Armos, which is, by the way, Thwomps, which is really cool. But he gets the Quake medallion, it looked like.
Yeah, I believe so, because Lavan has it as well. That would make sense.
Yes.
Because I didn't see it earlier. I think that was Bombos at That was Bombos at Meyer.
Which makes Quake completely useless.
But I couldn't tell. A little fuzzy. A nice little bee in the bottle.
I think my favorite enemy to see get randomized in this game is got to be the Mimics, because they're so funny when they're in some of these spots and you're walking around and they keep getting caught in certain areas.
Or you just see someone stand there. Oh, hey, there's Bombos.
Pretty convenient, huh?
Well, yeah, that's I'd say that's a 5 out of 7 convenience.
Not making them dive though.
Yeah, but to go on the Mimic point, I always love when I see people in the Enemizer, they just see the Mimic and they just stop for a second and ponder what they have to do. It's like they're having that moment of contemplation. Because they don't expect it.
Yeah, the mimic can throw you off pretty easily. Ah, yes, Lavan's doing Dark World Death Mountain. I forgot he has not done that yet.
And Lavan will be the second person of our restream people to get the hammer.
Looks like Mentos was collecting those rupees preparing for Zora. I think he realizes he's going to end up having to go to Zora.
That is actually true. After this, kind of running out of options because can't go to Swamp, can't go to Ice Palace. You can go to Ice Palace, but it's not theoretically in the logic for him.
Yeah, making the Ice Palace dive out of sequence when you know that you don't have flippers is like, yeah, you could do it, but it's kind of better to just realize where you need to go to get flippers.
Mentos is also making the call to not go to Helmasaur King area. He's going to go to Meyer instead.
I do like this, though, because we're seeing different strategies here. We've got Mentos, who is doing basically no bosses. He's banking on the fact that 20 of these Triforce pieces are going to be available to you without killing bosses, not having to go into GT. Where Xyrak is planning for that. Everywhere he's gone into, if he's able to go all the way to the boss, he does it. So we have differing strategies here. I like it.
Yeah, and all the runners are tied up at 14 now. As Xyrak goes into Hype Cave, grabs the Triforce piece from the little vendor guy in there. I should say the thief. It's the black market vendor.
The runner of the dark underground.
It's like, kid, I got something good for you.
It's delicious and it smells like cheese. It's a Dorito. It's only one though. I don't sell bags. This is how I turn a profit.
So it looks like Mentos is going to dip into Meyer. So we're going to get our first check at what's inside of Meyer.
So things that we're missing. Boots are missing to be able to finish Desert Palace to get the green pendant to check Starashula. We're missing the medallion to get into Turtle Rock, which is almost guaranteed to need to be done because Turtle Rock's got too many chests, too many items to not have some Doritos there. Other than that, everything has pretty much been found.
Yeah, I guess if this was a normal open seed, you would also technically, in the logic, need the tempered sword. But I think at this point, with the pace at which the Triforce pieces are going, it's looking more and more likely we're not going to have to go into Ganon's Tower.
Yeah, so it's looking like Ganon's Tower has fewer and fewer possibilities of the Triforces, and we just saw Xyrak miss that skip right there with the hook shot, but it happens.
Oh, nice sound glitch from Lavan.
Totally planned.
So hope everyone is going to enjoy no more music for the rest of Tower of Hera.
It's just to build suspense, that's all. It's kind of like when you're watching what is that movie with Leonardo DiCaprio that everybody goes into the dreams, makes everything intense, and you hear that
Inception.
Yes.
And that's a great movie, by the way.
All right, let's not start the Inception argument. No, I actually love the movie. Yes, G-Wizard, Titanic. That's absolutely the movie I was talking about with the suspenseful music and going into dreams.
Could you imagine the Titanic, or sorry, the Inception music during like that scene with Jack and Rose in Titanic?
Sure would have made it a better movie.
Wow. Shots fired.
Yes. I fired all the shots. That movie was garbage.
All right, so it looks like Mentos is going to be checking. We'll see. Sometimes you just check this little where the compass would normally be. So let's see. It checks all the way. Oh, that's a nice, convenient place for that guy. Oh, nice. It's the big key.
Good luck, Lavan. Less RNG to you. He's like, wait, what?
Oh, Lavan's figured it out. All right. How long is Lavan gonna chill here before they mirror out?
I love it. This is so funny.
Actually, not that long. He's just noping right out on there.
That's straight nope. It's like, well, that's about 13 tries of them moving. I don't think I'm gonna do this.
I like that name, Spook Molus.
Yeah, I've heard somebody call them Bone Molus too. I like that one.
That's true. You need to get then if it's Bone Molus, you need to get the Bone Trussel music from Undertale.
I still need to play that game.
It's a great experience game.
But we did find a Triforce piece. We're at 15 now over there on Mentos.
Oh,
So-
look at what Dragon Master is doing. Dragon Master is key stealing right now from the back.
Oh!
I actually, normally I'd say it's a very risky play, but I'm actually okay with this play. Because, you know, it's very possible they never find the boots and never have to come back here. So you might as well take the gamble that this is one of the Triforce pieces maybe way down the logic.
I love it. I love it.
It's definitely a unique play I haven't really seen in the Triforce Hunt one, but definitely I think it's a very solid play.
Did we check what was on the torch? Do we know what's on the torch? Was it the big key?
Oh, look at that instant payoff right there with the Triforce piece. I did not see what was on the torch.
Because if he gets either the other item or the big key here, the big key, so that means it was the small key on the torch, so that means he might not even have to beat the Desert Palace boss.
Well, yeah, can't get to it, unfortunately. Well, that's true. If it is the map, that is true. But I think at this point it has to be either the map/compass or a item.
Map.
It is
So
the map.
yeah, he was hoping to get the second item, so he wouldn't have to go beat the Desert Palace boss because the small key was on the torch.
I still think that played off as far as Dragon Master is concerned. Puts him technically retied with Mentos, who now is 16.
Yeah, we're neck and neck. We've got 2 at 16 and 2 at 15. It looks like. Yeah, that's exactly what we have, and we've got honestly, I have no idea who has checked what where. I know that Mentos is missing a few in the light world that he didn't have after making the Aga play earlier than everybody else. But we do see a Swamp Palace play from Lavan.
And so Swamp has 6 items. It's pretty dense. See if that ends up paying off for Lavan right here. At this point, it's pretty much this or Ice Palace. You're taking, you're taking the play on right now.
Xyrak spending some time over here just trying to figure out this fight.
wonder if you could fire rod those.
I don't know. To me, it almost looks like they're not even going down to the bottom because of the fact that it's technically a lower layer. So it looks like, I don't know if he's going to jump back down to the middle, but it looks like, what do you see that they're off onto the far right hand side? They're not even staying in that same spot. That is insane. Is he even damaging them?
I am unsure. Yeah, he is damaging.
He is.
Oh man, all right, this is the play apparently.
Yeah, so they're not even reading the bottom layer, so they're not going to.
Okay, and I think where is Xyrak? Oh, there's the compass. It has to run down for the. You got to run for the crystal, Xyrak.
that was awesome.
And 1 hour, 5 minutes, and 30 seconds in, Xyrak has figured out Land Molest and Tower of Hera.
It's not a bug. Somebody clip that.
God, I love this game. So I haven't even been looking at Lavan because I was too mesmerized. But it looks like Lavan is gonna go back and hasn't found any Triforce pieces yet. And one actually question I haven't known: have we seen anybody go to the shovel game yet?
Yes, shovel game was a big heart. We haven't seen anybody check the shovel spot though.
Or yeah, that's what I meant. I know words.
We understand. They're hard sometimes. We're here for you.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it. Mento is just finishing up Armos Knights, getting Quake and the pendants. Unfortunately, Quake is not required.
And neither is the pendant. Wasn't able to see what he got in those 2 chests there. Let's see if I can get this on the big key and bomb upgrade, so nothing much there.
I got another bomb upgrade as well in the little water room right there.
What kind of goodness are we going to have for this boss fight?
I'm calling Trinex.
I'm going to call Vanilla. I'm going to say Argus.
All right. Oh, we got a Mothula.
It's the Red Moth, and he's a bat.
Wait, is that Dracula?
It's Count Batula.
I didn't realize we were speedrunning a Castlevania game.
All new, Link to the Past, Metroidvania. The whole time, instead of you going to save the princess, it's actually Samus fighting in reverse, coming to help you in the middle.
Now, question is it full bodysuit Samus or zero suit Samus?
Oh, always zero suit. Even though full bodysuit Samus is better in Smash.
Very true. So it looks like, again, Mentos and dragonmaster are kind of mirroring each other right now as far as Triforce pieces. They're up to 17 now. So we're getting really close to the bitter end, and it looks like Mentos is going to give us a graveyard ledge check.
Yeah, it's coming down to the very, very end here. Oh, is Dragon gonna get it? Okay, he did. I missed what Mentos had in the back there. Was it pretty much? It was 1 rupee. That's absolutely nothing. So one of our trackers is saying that we found 19 pieces. So as far as like a no mode for Triforce pieces goes, we're still missing one. And I don't know.
Oh god, these rollers.
Yeah, the rollers are just troll. The rollers pop up in the worst possible spots. I think the trolliest spot that I've ever seen the rollers pop up in is the exit on Death Mountain where you take the old man out to his little home area. 2 of them in a plus shape, just going back and forth and up and down, just making life hard.
That's pretty bad. One of the ones I've seen is oh, hey chat, I've got a question for you. What are those?
What are toads?
Oh, and we get our ether. We got our ether Xyrak access now.
And in the peg cave, we got Bacon Sword. He's going to Mire. I was wondering if he was going to go to Mire or Turtle Rock. Getting the bat check here, too.
Oh, you know what? I might even go into desert.
He is. He's making the desert play. And really, with what he has, the worst boss to see would probably be Trinex.
Yeah, it wouldn't be optimal. The best right now would probably be like a Landmalus, like a vanilla one, or actually Molder might not be too bad here as well.
Yeah, I mean, it's just a simple room, so like Moldorm would be pretty easy. Landmalus, even the Armos Knights, of course, are easy. Mentos taking a death right there. Absolute favorite sprite change for the bosses, though, man. I love the Thwomps as the Armos Knights. That is the best.
That is pretty solid. So, do you think Lavan is going to go into Mire after this, or maybe make a play onto Turtle Rock?
I don't, you know, Mire is definitely closer. I would go to Turtle Rock. There's just more there. You're still having to take time by going into Mire, and of course we know there's one Triforce piece in there, but makes it really tough, man. Makes it really tough to only go in there for two items. And oh Lord, Thieves Town lag.
If you thought this was bad with the fire bar and the other guys, just wait until you see Enemizer.
Yeah, that main room in Thieves Town gets so bad, and Mentos is having a lot of trouble. He's died twice now, and it looks like he's noping out. Gonna go try somewhere new.
All right, a moment of truth for the Desert Palace boss.
Come on, Trinex.
Come on, us being terrible people.
Hey!
Oh, we got more thwomps.
I'm actually glad for that. I felt bad after saying Trinex, I can't lie. Is that vanilla,
That is vanilla Helmosaur King.
And my inner weeb is not working. I can't remember what that's from, the mask.
If it's the same thing I'm thinking of, it's very similar to the one from like Sailor Moon. But I don't know if that's actually where it's from. It just reminds me of that.
Spirited Away, Lightyear points it out.
Ah, there you go. Okay, Spirited Away has a mask in it. I've not seen that movie. I want to.
I've not the biggest anime fan, but I know that's one of the ones that's very popular. One of the ones that almost everybody should see.
Yeah, I've heard it's that and Castle in the Sky.
Also another one everybody suggests to me. And Mentos is making his play to Zora.
All right, how many Rage Slashes?
I'm feeling a Bombos.
A Bombos?
No, he's taking the high road. That moment, man, when you just want to do a little bit of rage and cook some fish.
Oh, the Rage Slash is on the 300 right there. Well, that's yeah, you know, that's fair. That's fair, Mentos.
He says, you know what? Since you had my vanilla flippers, I'm gonna go steal your money in your stash and slash it too.
Oh, and it looks like we have our first done of the race. Faraime has finished with a time of 1 hour, 17 minutes, and 30 seconds. So GG to Faraime.
GG Faraime. That's an awesome time. Definitely not going to have somebody too far behind you, though. We got 2 people at 18. We've got 2 people at 16. I think out of Mentos and Dragon, it's going to be 1, when does Dragon get ether? But 2, if Mentos makes that dive to Xyrak.
Mentos is continuing to Rage Slash. Continues to express their displeasure to Flipper location.
He's going to Ice Palace. I like it. I like the play.
And we know that Swamp didn't really have anything as far as Triforce pieces, so this might actually be the end play. It's very possible 2 pieces could be in here, and Mentos finishes.
Ouch. Just what this game needs. More Beamoses in random spots that make you go flying everywhere.
Faraime, Flippers was at the vanilla location at Zora.
I had a feeling that was going to trip somebody up.
I mean, from what we've seen right now so far, you technically... Oh, and Dragonmaster takes a death! Ouch, to the big spike guy.
Oh my lord, this room in Ice Palace, what is... Why would you do this to somebody?
does Mentos still have their blue pot from earlier?
I don't know. I don't remember if they have used it, but he does need to check Sick Kid. Chat has pointed out a good point on that.
Also, Mentos, you have powder. You could have just powdered the fairy.
And now lay witness to the hardest room in the game. Ops just not even worry about the bomb jump. I don't blame him.
Yeah. Mento, I mean, you're gonna full clear it anyway, and they've got the Cadence of Mario, so they don't really need it.
Exactly. God, poor Mentos.
These are the moments you just admit defeat and just rage bombos.
Yes. Bombos is your friend here, even without half magic.
And we got our second dot done from Glan. Finished within a time of 1:21:39, so GG to Glan.
Yeah, I wonder if Jerame or Glan actually ran into the scary land mollusk.
Oh, a nice mushroom.
Here, have another fetch quest when you only need 2 more Triforce pieces.
And that little fireball is having a party by itself.
Dance party over here. Has he found map and compass already in Ice Palace?
I don't think so.
Well, he just found map as soon as I asked that.
I meant the compass at that point.
Of course.
I give you the benefit of the doubt right there, man. You said it before he found it.
Of course, because as soon as I say it is when it comes up. It's like, oh, thanks, appreciate it. So we are still 18 and 18, and we've got 17 and 17. So the top 2 are going neck and neck, and the bottom 2 are going neck and neck. And Mentos just finding his 19th, which Glan kind of spoiled, but we won't go too hard on you, Glan. I don't think Lavin remembered checking the tree cave there.
Mentos is taking a nice sweet time in that room. Oh, and there we go! Mentos finishing with an official SRL time of 1:23:37 to be the first of our restreamers, finishing in 3rd place. GG to Mentos. And also, we have Jet finishing at 4th with a 1:24:05. GG to both those guys.
GG, both of you. Mentos getting the apology from the seed, of course. I'm sorry. Really, really well job done. Let's see if Dragon can come in right behind them. I don't think there's a second one in Mire. Work on getting Mentos in here shortly, too. See if you might want to do an interview. Wow, look at that color palette.
Nice cold stare. Oh, and there we go. And Dragon Master has also finished right there with getting another Triforce piece in Meyer at a 124.39 in 5th place. And Elminster finished just a short time ago with a 125.01 in 6th. GG to both those guys. And we'll also be trying to get Dragon Master in here as well. And Shroudly just finished right behind in 7th place.
All those amazing finishes coming in. Dragon Master, how are you, sir?
I'm good, thank you.
Fantastic. What did you think of this seed?
A lot of stuff actually hurts with red mail.
Yeah, you wouldn't think so because you have like the most amount of safety when it comes to armor. But yeah, that damage shuffling hurts.
Yeah, blind in Skullwoods doing 2.5 hearts of damage with red mail.
Yeah, that's some crazy damage. But speaking of bosses in certain areas, what about Landmolus in Tower of Hera?
I didn't see him there. I was thinking of going to go kill the boss, but looked at my Triforce kind of like, there's no way that there's 10 pieces in GT. So I said, I'm just going to skip all bosses if I don't have to kill them.
You missed a treat. Landmolus in Tower of Hera has got to be one of the trolliest things ever. He doesn't go to the bottom, so he constantly is jumping out of the outside area, so you can't kill him if you're down in the middle.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that's a treat to go back and watch.
Now that's an interesting boss spot.
Also, just a quick interruption. Terror just finished in 8th place with a 126.58. GG to Terror. So one question I actually had for you. How much were you thinking that it was going to be a Aghanim seed? Was it until you only had Zora left, or were you kind of feeling it beforehand?
I was kind of feeling it beforehand with all the stuff that I had. Like, it was just saying, go to Aghanim, go to Aghanim. But since this was Triforce, I figured, well, I'm going to exhaust most of my options because I still have a lot of spots to check. And then I'll go do Aghanim if he's still up.
Definitely not a bad play. Were you ever concerned that you might need flippers, that you would have to go into Swamp Palace for your Triforce pieces?
I was thinking if it's 6 chests, yeah, that'd be a good place to find some pieces.
Any guesses where flippers were?
Vanilla Zora?
Vanilla Zora.
Oh, I don't know how many times I went up there to go try to check that area and just kept getting bodied by the things on the water.
We are joined now by mentosman as well. GG.
Thank you, GG Dragon.
GG, man.
So what were your initial impressions of that seed, Mentos? We got a little bit from Dragon.
I was really disappointed every time I went to a dungeon for Triforce pieces and found all the items before the bosses.
We asked the same thing to Dragon. He never actually went to the boss of Tower of Hera, but what were your thoughts?
I was gonna try to fight it, and then I just couldn't figure out how. That was definitely an interesting one.
It definitely gave us a laugh. We were thinking it was a bug, but honestly, all it is that Landmolus doesn't go to that bottom section. He doesn't read it as an area he can come out of. So he just constantly goes around the top. You just have to stay up top to get it, and then go down and grab the crystal.
Wow.
That makes sense.
By the way, we are getting our first TR dip from Lavan right now. Looking for 3 more Triforce pieces on their end. So we'll see if TR has any Triforce pieces as well.
Yeah, the TR dip looks less and less like a viable option now that we know where 20 of them are.
Where did he end up finding Ether at?
Yeah,
Left side swamp. That's also where the boots were. They were in both those chests.
Makes me
Well, I guess there would
would
have been some benefit to the other side of the 50-50 I took on ice.
I actually wanted to go to ice that second time I was trying to fake flipper, but yeah, Aghanim changing those enemies on the water. I don't think I was gonna get to fake flipper in ice.
Yeah, kind of hard to get past a mini Maldorm on the water without dying fake flippering.
Let's switch that damn spike ball after Aghanim was dead. Those are worse.
Yes, those are really trolly. They hurt. Not just in damage done, but just the fact that they can knock you around and get you in the worst ways.
Or kill you if you don't have flippers.
That too.
Well, everyone will be happy to hear that the Chain Chomp Broom is replaced with nice little desert Gwigglies.
Ain't it nice?
Yeah, it's super nice. So, Mentos, I had a question for you as well. You were pretty much the first person who went over to do the Aghanim play. Did you feel like you were maybe like ahead or behind it all at the moment that you went there?
It was pretty 50-50. I figured there was not very many locations left to check. Some people probably went to go check like Agina's cave and Zora, but it kind of seemed like there wasn't a whole lot left to really look for.
I'll be guilty on the Agina check.
So, interesting bit of information for you. Xyrak just did fake flipper and got hit by that big ball, but didn't die. It actually sent him back. So the big ball does not kill you if you're fake flippering.
Killed me.
Oh, it didn't kill him. It actually sent him back up to the ledge.
I think if you don't
Was it on
screen
the
transition-
screen that he jumped in on?
No, he had screen transition.
Huh. That's kind of odd.
Yeah, it was really weird. I thought it was just the way the ball physics worked, but no, that's really weird. So at the beginning of the seed, when y'all started fighting so many Triforce pieces, were y'all feeling like it was going to slow down and maybe send y'all to Ganon's Tower, or were you thinking just around the Aghanim's play that you wouldn't really need to be doing that? Because Dragonmaster mentioned that he wasn't doing bosses for that reason.
Yeah, with 10 Triforce pieces not necessary, the odds of having to go to Ganon's Tower were super low, so I kind of just assumed it wouldn't have to. Near the end, though, when I got the flippers, I was running out of locations and kind of thinking it might happen.
Yeah, I killed the Eastern Palace boss just since, I mean, it's red crystal, and I was going to do Mount Myers red crystal as well, since that's 2 more chests you can get out of it.
Yeah, very, very good point. The Eastern Palace boss. Did you go back and kill the Eastern Palace boss, or did you go straight to him?
I went straight to him.
That's right. You were the one that went straight to him. Everybody else double dipped. Everybody else, except for Mentos, and actually, excuse me, only Xyrak. I thought Lavan actually went back in, but Xyrak double dipped and went back and killed the Eastern Palace. You were the only one that went all the way there and found out who the boss was.
Yeah, good old blind. Blind won. That blind actually was fine. It was the other blind, the Skull Woods, that was a pain.
That's an evil blind because you can't get behind him.
And it was, I think at that point, I considered, yeah, I'm just not going to do the bosses. Like, not going to worry about it. I got all the items out of Skull Woods. Let's just get out of here.
We actually just found half magic in the roller room in the back part of Turtle Rock.
And apparently, oh, go ahead, man.
That's why I also went and stole the key in Desert, just to check the right side of it, just to get the items out of there, because I wasn't planning on doing Desert afterwards.
That was an amazing play. I loved that play.
Triforce piece over there was nice.
I saw a little bit of your frustration, though, whenever you went back to the big chest, hoping it was the last item, when you realized that, great, the boss has the item, so I can't really use that as value.
Yeah, but I know that it was boots locked, so don't have to worry about it. I actually should have dipped into Mire first. I thought about it when I was there the first time, and I said, nah, I'll come back. It's only 2 items.
Lo and behold, those 2 items were your win condition.
My last 2 Triforce pieces.
So we're going to get a Trinex boss check here. I don't think he's found a single piece in Turtle Rock at all.
No, Blazer Bridge was a complete and utter disappointment. But there is an item on the boss. Got the map at the compass on Laser Bridge.
And of course, meanwhile, we got Xyrak going into Swamp Palace right now, making his trek. That's an Armos Trinex.
Armos Trinex as well. Oh, we got some Burna strats going on here.
Well, coffee break. I like it. This is fun.
Definitely the best way to kill Armos.
While not the fastest,
And the validation arrow on the end of TR. Well, I think that was a nice little statement of how TR was this seed.
I think I'm officially hurting for him.
Ouch, that hurt. That's an evil Turtle Rock.
Well, I think it's safe to say Turtle Rock was a shell of its former self in the seed.
Any pieces in Swamp, at least?
At least one.
I think there was one. But could be wrong.
It's even evil with just one there.
Yeah, really, I mean, even Swamp was just... It was Boots and the access to Turtle Rock, but it led to nothing, so... If you're Lavin, where do you go from here? He has every item. He literally doesn't... He needs the mushroom, which was found in Turtle Rock. Or no, the mushroom was found in...
That was Ice Palace.
Ice Palace, excuse me.
That's looking like maybe at least 6 pieces are probably in GT.
Lavin forgetting that he went and got the flippers and he just tried to do the fake flipper.
Yeah, it's looking like GT might have most of the rest of the answers. I'm trying to think if there were any overworld spots that nobody did, and I can't personally think of one. I guess maybe the Bonk Rock stuff? I don't know if that's ever been checked.
It's here.
I honestly don't think it was. Mainly because the only person with boots right now is Lavin. Because I'm trying to think where he hasn't checked that the 2 finishers have. Because even Mentos missed a few of them in the Light World. And he finished most of his, but he may have gone back and actually gotten the ones that he left in the Light World.
I only think of really Ice Palace right now.
Yeah, it's... I typically write these down or type these out, but because I'm using push to talk today, I wasn't typing them down where they were at.
I'd imagine that'd be tough to keep up on even without push to talk for 4 people in that many different places.
Especially as fast as the pieces are coming in early.
Yeah, it's really not the amount of people, because as you see them, you put them down and you kind of remember what you've typed out. It's not too bad. But it's mainly the fact that he's just going into Ice Palace, so he's going to get, I believe there's only 2 in there, and he would need to go to Misery Mire next, because he's going to have 19 coming out of Ice Palace. Where if Xyrak decides to finish up with Ice Palace, which is really the next place he needs to go, that will give him his last 2.
Yeah, unfortunately for Xyrak, you know, clearing out these dungeons where that really hasn't been paying off at this point.
Actually made me glad that I waited to do Thieves Town until I had the hammer. Nice peace find there too.
Yeah, I think that's actually one of the ones that Lavan's missing. So he's missing like Thieves Town, Big Chest, Misery Mire, and IP, which any combination of those would give him his last one.
I would fully expect Lavan to go to Mire next over the Thieves Town Big Chest, because that's a pretty big gamble to go for that specific chest.
Yeah, you're more possible locations instead of just checking one single location. It's definitely a better play.
All right, Xyrak picking up their boots and about to get ether.
Let's see if he decides to make the Turtle Rock play.
Oh, it's a strong call. 6 items if you include Mimic.
Yeah, and when you're coming down to the last 2 pieces, it's almost like assuredly the play. It's so painful. He's going to Sanctuary. He's not making the Turtle Rock play.
Rocks maybe.
Yeah, it looks like King's Tomb and Bonk Rocks. Got a nice little BMOS out in front of the King's Tomb.
Guard.
It's the King's Protection. Tell you what, this Enemizer loved putting BMOS everywhere.
BMOS and bombs.
Yeah, BMOS and Bobs. That is exactly what it did.
On the bright side, everything else that put places died in one shot to the hook shot.
Yeah, I noticed you were using a lot of hook shot strats on those jellyfishes.
Yeah, it took too much to kill normally. It's like, hook shot kills him in 1 shot. That's good.
How about that hook shot on that red guard on the way to Aga, making him just stop in the middle of the hole?
Yeah, I was gonna say, guy, you got a problem or something? You just floating there? Got
Red
some magic
guard.
shoes?
Red guard casts float.
Also a shout out to the little squiggly thing in Ice Palace that was stuck on a rock until I walked next to it and then it jumped off and knocked me away.
I noticed that. I was like, oh, taking it nice and slow in this room. I get to see what Ice Palace is. It is. Oh gosh, that is an ugly looking Trinex.
That is a scary looking Trinex.
Everyone run.
Are y'all watching this restream?
Run for the hills.
That's amazing.
That is absurd.
Hell.
I think we all need to band together, and I think Willard's the one that helped with these sprites. We might need to get some help for Willard, guys.
Oh, it's a chain jump too. Nice.
Nothing but nightmares.
All right, so Lavan just has the 1 piece left, either in that TT Big Chest or in the in Misery Mire. Let's see where they decide to go. As Xyrak is going into Turtle Rock and is going to be sadly disappointed.
Oh man, that's such a. I feel bad for Xyrak. It's the most disappointing TR you could ever imagine.
Yeah, it's unfortunate too because Xyrak's actually been playing pretty well, like execution-wise. Just a couple of the spots kind of been prioritizing the dungeons more, and that hasn't really been paying off.
Yeah, he's the one that has more boss kills than anybody else, which he just did the Kane dash strats when he didn't have to. Lavan's going to pod.
I think there was one piece there, if I remember.
I think he's gotten it. But someone did make a good point. Lavan still is at 18. He didn't get the second piece in ice.
Oh, did Lavan forget? Oh, okay. Trying to get with the sword beam. I was doing raid slashes.
He thought he forgot that he did pod.
Yeah.
That would be so bad. Going in, getting to the first chest, and being like, "Oh man."
Just thinking there's something on pedestal. There's pods out of items. Nothing on the boss.
Yeah, I'm not sure, and I don't think he's actually checked pedestal, which of course I believe you did, and that was couch cash.
Nothing for couch cash.
Yeah, this pod play is confusing to me. I don't think that the boss has an item.
I believe he has the map.
So yeah, like the play doesn't make much sense, but I mean, you know.
Oh no, this room is lag central.
The grass guard. Yeah, there you go. That's what I would have done. I love calling Bombos the nope coin. Just nope. I don't think I'm going to deal with this today.
Nope, not gonna do it.
I also appreciate how Quake turns everything into little bloblets.
Yes. Makes them easier to kill. So, call me weird for constantly bringing this up, but how about that color palette in Dark World Death Mountain?
My chat said Choco Mint. Made me hungry.
I didn't think about that. That's a good call out though.
Choco Mint Mountain.
Andy's Mince Mountain. It looks just like it.
We were saying it looked like one of Bob Ross's happy little accidents. It was so green up there.
It was definitely the happiest I've seen Dark Death Mountain look.
Exactly. I loved it. I thought it was absolutely. I don't know. When you see something like that in 16-bit graphics, you appreciate it.
I don't know, it just made me hungry. That's all.
By the way, I want to give another shout out to our awesome trackers right now who are still doing their job, even though it's super late into this seed right now. They're still keeping it updated. So good job to Cyclone and Number Play.
Absolutely, both amazing people. Give them a follow. Same thing with the runners. Mentos, Dragonmaster, LavanFirestorm, Xyrak. Again, they're providing your entertainment today. They put themselves on the line. They decided to be restreamed. They didn't have to do this. They allowed themselves to be viewed. So definitely give them a follow. Support them. We're a community. And like I said, we're okay too. Me and Trojan. We don't mind either.
We're just here to provide entertainment.
I am curious if Lavin's going to check Sarashala on the way out of here. I don't know if he's actually checked him yet. I don't think anybody has.
I blocked myself out of desert.
Yeah, I agree with what Number is saying in chat. Flippers kind of seemed like the trap item in this seed. It really took you on a wild goose chase to get almost nothing of value of Triforce in Swamp, to get nothing of value in Turtle Rock.
Yeah, it literally is the worst item to have gotten, so it paid off for Mentos and Dragon not having it that early.
I'll think the things that kill me fake flippering.
I probably would have had them earlier if I had money to buy them earlier, but I didn't get that till super late to begin with.
Xyrak giving us some bombs on the validation arrow. Channeling the later games in the series, trying to make bomb arrows.
It's a nice call out. It's appreciated.
He's not checking Zara.
He's gonna turning in Mushroom, it looks like. I don't know if we've actually seen Mushroom yet.
We haven't, because Mentos didn't turn it in.
Oh, and there it is!
He needs one more.
Oh no, he needs one. Wait, he needs one more?
He missed the one in Ice Palace. He missed the second one in Ice Palace.
Oh no! He missed the one in Ice Palace! I didn't even realize that.
Yes, he left the second one in Ice Palace. But it looks like he's going to go to Thieves Town, so he's still going to get it. He's going to make that play on the big chest. He's checking Ped.
Oh, he's checking Ped first. All right.
How many bombs on Ped?
Bring on the bombs.
We're getting the right side Desert Palace check from Xyrak. We're 19 and 19.
So fly pulling the pedestal. Just bombing everywhere. Oh, and he's gonna be greeted by 50 big buccarinos.
He raged before he even knew. Oh man.
So what we need Lava to check, which might be doing right now, is Thieves Town Big Chest for the other item in Ice Palace. And then for Xyrak, it's going to Ice Palace. Is pretty much the play for Xyrak right now.
Yeah, I feel like Lavin miscounted Ice Palace, so that may have been what it was. Or we may have not seen. Chat's telling me that he missed. So I have a feeling that he did miss.
Lavin definitely had 17 going in.
Lavin had 17 going into Ice Palace. Yeah, so he definitely missed the second one.
I know the second one there was in the iced tea room, so I could definitely see deciding that wasn't worth the time investment to get to.
Yeah, I think that's actually the one he missed because he got the big chest.
Unfortunately, that chest was a cold mistress this seed, as far as Lavin's concerned. We see Xyrak finishing up Desert Palace. And we'll see where Xyrak goes next.
Does he go straight to Sarah?
Going to turn at Sahasrahla, which may have had a piece I didn't notice earlier.
No, I don't think anybody checked. Because Lavin would be the only one that checked it, and he flew it out.
Oh, it's a boomerang!
Totally useful at this point.
And you can walk around Hyrule and dual wield boomerangs, man. It's pretty swag.
Yeah, it's like long sword, short sword, except it's just the length at which you throw. But we are making the Ice Palace play right here, but Lavin's definitely going to get that big chest.
Lavin might have some bombs prepped. Oh, nope. Just finishes it. And Lavin finishes in 25th place with an SRL time of 1:56:51. GG to Lavin.
And again, the seed apologizes.
Oh, GG Lavin.
Ugh. Why did it have to be that chest for the last piece? It's always that chest.
It's always in the last place you look.
Well, yeah, because then you stop looking. I figured it was going to wind up being on the pedestal. That's why I had the fireworks going in the background.
We considered that too, and it was like, hey, look, it's either going to be for rage or for not rage. Here's $50 to pay you back for the bombs.
Get your bombs back.
Yeah. This is the first Triforce seed I've ever done. I'm not sure how I feel about it.
Well, you still got a sub 2 then on your first time trying it. Especially with Enemizer, that's pretty good, man.
I mostly did it because of Enemizer. Enemizer is my favorite mode.
Especially when you get Landless and Tower of Hera.
How are you supposed to defeat that?
So you needed to actually, so you couldn't actually hit him while you're in the center area. But if you go to the top left, like if you run all the way around, you can actually fight Landless right there. And then it'll drop the item there, and then the crystal will be back on the platform.
Ah.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm just gonna mirror out and hope I don't need to do this.
Yeah, it's got to do with the programming and the fact that that platform is technically a lower level, so Landless doesn't register it being a spot that it can go.
Ah. Learn something new every day.
We definitely didn't expect it either. We were laughing the whole time when everybody went down to the bottom and was like, what am I supposed to do here?
Yeah, that was about the thought. All those Armos Knights, I ran out of arrows.
Armoses and blinds.
Armos. I only saw the one blind, but I think 3 Armos Knights.
Yeah, there were 3 Armos Knights in that seed, at least from what we saw.
And I think it was 2 blinds.
There's a blind in Skullwoods.
Ah.
And a blind at Eastern Palace.
Yep, I saw the one in Eastern Palace. I'm like, well, I'm gonna go clear pod in Eastern and then go pull the pedestal and hope it's there.
The blind in Skullwoods was on steroids.
Yeah, that blind was out for blood. And it sucked too because you're trying to hit the head when he's on the top half and it's just covered in spikes.
That sounds not fun.
Yeah, and he does 2.5 hearts of damage in red mail.
I'm glad I didn't go there then. That was going to be I was gonna go do Meyer afterwards and hope there was something there, and then I'm like, well, I guess we're in GT.
Did it once and said nope.
I also forgot hashtag that one chest in Ice Palace.
We were commenting on that. Which Xyrak just got for his finish.
Finished with a final time of 2 hours, 1 minute, and 14 seconds. So GG to Xyrak. I'm going to pull him in right now. Yo, GG Xyrak.
Hey, GG's everybody.
Hey, man.
Well, that was a thing. That was
It was. What you played was indeed a thing. How did you feel about said thing?
I mean, other than vanilla flippers, I thought I played it pretty well, honestly. I did a bunch of bosses that I knew couldn't have items just because it's a boss Enemizer. Like I wanted to see them, so I did them even though I knew they couldn't have anything. And it almost wound up being right because I have 2 spots left outside of Ganon's Tower I can access. 3, sorry. So it's like 1 or 2 Triforce pieces short from Ganon's Tower being required. So
I think it was counted to be 23.
I mean, unless the 3 I have left are all Triforce pieces, that's possible. I've got 1 left in Ice, the big chest in Blind, and the mushroom turn in.
All 3 of those are Triforce pieces.
Yeah, so there you go.
I was about to say the 3 places you have left to check are literally all Triforce pieces.
Something tells me the 3 places I have left checked are all Triforce pieces too. It's 2 chests in Meyer and that 1 chest in Ice Palace.
Also all Triforce pieces.
Yep.
Yeah, this seed was definitely keeping everybody out of Ganon's Tower, but I want to say GG to Xyrak for being the only person to figure out how to beat Lamulus in Tower of Hera.
Oh, really?
Yes, everybody else, I don't think Dragon actually went in there, but both Mentos and Lavan went in there. It was like staring at the middle like, what are we supposed to do?
It did take me a minute. I had to think about it. And then I realized in the top left corner, they were actually staying up there long enough that you could hit them. So I was like, oh, okay, I got this now.
Yeah, we couldn't even tell if you were doing damage at first. We were watching it and like, is he even hurting them? And 1 died. And we were like, he figured it out. That's amazing. Awesome.
Yeah, I couldn't tell at first either. I think when the first one finally died, I was like, okay, they're taking damage. Good.
That was quite. We got a couple people who clipped that one. That was a fun time. I felt like it was necessary to give you a go mode S type of hype on you figuring out how to kill that.
But yes, definitely GG to all 4 of you. Amazing jobs, great execution, wonderful routing, and we got to see 2 different ways to run Enemizer and Triforce and get an idea with Xyrak killing bosses, Lavan killing bosses, and Mentos and Dragon pretty much not killing bosses. That's not typical of every seed. So if you're looking to do this, you got to play it out. You got to keep an eye on what's happening and kind of see what's happening in the seeds. Even though it worked for Mentos and Dragon this time around, not going to work every time.
Yeah, so I think we're probably going to be about ready to wrap it up right here. As far as I know, there's nothing on this channel for the rest of the night, but there is Mega Man X tournament going on Speed Gaming 1, and the RTA in Japan marathon, which is a pretty cool new marathon that they're showcasing, is on Speed Gaming 3. So be sure to check both of those out. Any last words from any of you guys before we head out?
Glad I didn't do Boss of Hera.
The only thing I gotta say is make sure to keep watching these races. As long as there's people watching them, I really hope that Speed Gaming continues to run them, and they're a lot of fun to both watch and run.
And always look into the different ways to get into this. If it's something you're interested in doing, feel free to reach out. I'm sure any of us don't mind answering questions, anything like that. I'm always on Discord. Feel free to message me. That's fine too. Again, follow the trackers, follow the runners. They're here providing entertainment as well as running the tracking. Speed Gaming 1, 2, 3, and 4. There's 4 different channels that will be doing different games, as well as there is a link to the past Randomizer 1, 2, 3, and 4. And there's one more channel that also has a set of 4 too. Remind me what that is.
So you hit Speed Gaming, ALTTPR, and Randomania.
Oh yeah, Randomania, that's correct.
That's the one I'm missing. Randomania 1 through 4 as well. All of those channels always running amazing games, great speed runs, overall great community. And I want to thank Trojan for helping out with commentating today, as well as I want to thank all 4 of you, Xyrak, Mentos, Dragon, and Lavan, for being our restreamers today. Y'all did an amazing job. Thank you very much for allowing us to watch your streams today.
Yeah, thank you for joining me, Unknown. It was a pleasure commentating with you.
All right, so that'll be us signing off. Have a wonderful night, folks, and we will be here again tomorrow with a few more races. So keep your eyes out. You'll see them come up.
Have a good one, guys.